This is the FigZero ThreeZero G.I Joe Baroness 1/6 scale figure. That's right, guys. As promised, I gave you a preview earlier, and here she is in the room. Let's go ahead and get her unboxed, but let's first take a look at all the details of this package. On the front of this G.I Joe Baroness 1/6 scale figure, we have this beautiful graphic of the Baroness herself, and on the side, another graphic, leading us to the back, getting that comic book style breakdown and some legalese. And on the other side, once again, our damsel in destruction. Leading us back to the front of this clamshell style package, we have this see-through cover of, once again, Cobra's very own Baroness. Here's the first time taking a look at the figure, and I gotta say, I am freaking wowed by this figure so far. I know there's a lot of apprehension on this figure, but right off the bat, I gotta say, I'm excited. It looks good to me. Let's get into it. Here is our first look at the Baroness from FigZero ThreeZero. And I gotta say, I am super impressed with this figure. Being that it's only $160, man, this figure looks really good. So I think I'm gonna be one of the first people to review this figure. I think I saw one review, and then there's going to be just mine. So I'm going to give you guys some looks at this figure. And I'm a big fan of FigZero. I like their figures. I say they are very good for the money. And as you can see here, there is a lot of apprehension, like I said earlier, about this Baroness, that it was too anime styled. And I even kind of felt that way myself. I don't know if they made any corrections, but it really doesn't look all that out of sync with the other Joes and the other Cobra that they've already released. It looks on par. Look at this. I love how they put so much detail in these figures. They come with so many accessories, and especially on these G.I Joe figures, there's so much stuff on their costumes. Like, take a look at that. And here is her hair. Not that bad, right? Not that bad. I was worried about up here that maybe the bangs are too angled. Let's take a closer look. What do you think? I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. But the question is, where are her glasses? We got to get her accessorized, guys. We got to get her all suited up and ready to battle the Joes, for real. Yeah, I was really worried about the hair, but in person, I'm going to let you guys know, it looks much better than you would perceive it to be, even on your screen. Something about this figure is higher quality than you think. So if you are on the fence about this one, yeah, look at that hair. Look at the hair. This one for sure is getting my go-ahead seal of approval, especially for 160. Take that in mind. Look at the head sculpt for 160. Cobra. Hell yeah. The tailoring is absolutely on point. Check out all the detail work on her black bodysuit. Check out all the patches, the belt. On the back here, she has a spot for her knife. Physique is looking pretty good. Check out the knees. Look at the distressing. Look at the feet. Yeah. Forearms. Other shoulder. This thing's a win, guys. And here are those glasses. Check this out. They're actually see-through. I'm a little bit shocked by that. From the promos, it looked like they were just rims with no actual glass component, but look, see-through. Yo, they're going next level on this one. So let's go ahead and throw these Cobra speckles on her. See how she looks. So it took a little bit of finagling. There's little grooves that are in the side for her hair that allow for this to slide right in. Take it easy. Go carefully. You don't want to break her glasses. It's a little bit difficult, but I would say get a flashlight, see where that groove is at inside there, and then you could go ahead and guide it through. And look at that. There are the Baroness's glasses. One thing I did notice on the neckline, it looks like her collar is a little bit askew. I don't know if it's really going to matter that much or bother me. I think it's supposed to lay a little bit more flat like this one over here, but instead it's like this. But we're going to rock with it. We're going to rock with it. We're going to call it wabi sabi and keep it moving. Let's go ahead and throw her on the turntable and get a quick overview of this figure without all her accessories. So once again, I know that there is a lot of uproar about number one, her physique, number two, her anime style hair, but I am pleasantly surprised. I was hoping it would turn out good, and to my eyes, check this out. She is on point and fits right in with the rest of the G.I Joe collection. Let's briefly go over some articulation and see if she could pose. Wow, easy to pose. FigZero figures are so easy to manipulate the joints. Check out the back of her kneecap. Got double bend. Yeah, it's got a double bend joint right here in the back of the kneecap. Very flexible. Let's go for the arms. About 90. She's flexing on us, 90 degrees. The head is a simple ball joint. Swivels. Hair gets in the way a little bit. Yeah, hair is pretty stiff, so you're going to be limited on the head poses. She got some of that Batman action. She's going to have to do like this. Let's see here on the side. Barely any tilt. Some crunch in the front. She can bend over a little bit. Lean back. Not too bad. Acceptable. Let's go ahead and get into some of these arms real quick. We've got this right here. You know what that is. And we have a stock. I do believe this functions. A little bit stiff, but it does indeed function. Look at that. Her other sidearm. Do we have a magazine in here? I feel something here. Yeah, we do. Check that out. Look at that. Ready rock and roll. This right here is looking 80s-tastic. Love it. We have a real strap that's made of cloth and it's not plastic. That's good, in my opinion. Does this come out the magazine? Don't believe so. Ooh, the stock. It telescopes a little bit. Check that out. Freaking great. Little pokey. Very nice. This would go on the back, the small of her back and that holster. So let's go ahead and get her kitted out. This is going to be cool. It's going to feel like one of those Rambo suit up montages. Boom. Could kick this over to the side. I think that's a cool look. Or you could do straight up. Bring down the hair. Real nice. Side arm plugs in right here in the holster. It's open in the back. Easy access. And that's about all the accessories you need to throw on her. Other than that, you could go ahead and change out her hand sculpts. Speaking of which, let's take a look at those. Here are a few of her hand sculpts. Here one is open palmed. This one for her arms. I'm not going to show them all off because whatever accessory she has that makes you feel she should have a matching hand, she does indeed have one. Finally, all accessoried up, the Baroness 1/6 scale figure from FigZero. Now, she can stand on her own despite not having a base, which is something that I was worried about. Once again, I cannot stress enough that this in 2026 is a $160 figure. So being that she doesn't come with a stand like the rest of the FigZero figures, and she has on those high heels, I was a little bit concerned. Is she going to stand up on her own 2 feet? Is she going to topple over? And yeah, she stands up just fine, which is a huge relief because without that ability to stand, it could have been an absolute disaster. I do notice that FigZero seems to use kind of like the same texture pattern on these black suits, like for example on the snake eyes, etc. But I can't be mad at them because once again, $160, not much to complain about. What an absolutely beautiful figure this turned out to be. I mean, even her sidearms are highly detailed and have movable parts. So that being said, also take a look at those glasses. I can't get over that they actually are see-through, because I really honestly thought they were just gonna be clear rims. Of course, you know, what is the Baroness without Destro? So here she is with her main guy, Destro. This looks so great together. I'm glad that they pair well, and the height difference looks to be just about spot on, as she is, as you can see, much shorter than Destro. Now take a look at the full collection, guys. This for me is filling out quite nicely. We got Firefly in the black. Of course, my very first 1/6 scale figure I ever got, Storm Shadow, Chrome Dome, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, and finally but not least, Roadblock. So there we have it, guys. This has been the Baroness 1/6 scale figure from FigZero. I think you should pick it up if you have any of these G.I Joe figures, because the hate was unwarranted in my opinion. But hey, that's just me. You gotta let me know in the comments what you think of this figure. Are you gonna pick her up, or are you gonna still abstain? Finally, I thank you guys for checking out this video. I know your time is valuable, and if you like this, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and I guarantee you I have more coming up.